Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? The Saints head to Tampa, and that division is up for grabs with Tampa and Atlanta. It's pretty easy. If Tampa beats the Saints, Tampa wins the division. If Tampa loses to the Saints, then the Falcons win the division and go on to the playoffs. I always say that, listen, I won't cheer against my team unless if losing is a direct benefit to my team. So, I would never cheer for my team to lose a game. This is one of those instances, though, where I think the Saints losing actually helps. A Saints win and getting to 6-11 doesn't do anything materially for you. You're out of the playoffs. I don't know that a win in Tampa does anything long-term for you. What I would be fearful of, quote-unquote fearful, that's probably not even, that's too strong of a word, hesitant, is if Atlanta does win the division, then Michael Penix gets to go get playoff experience. And listen, I know what Baker Mayfield is. But the Bucs won the division last year. This isn't new for them. Tampa winning the division with Baker in advance. They did it last year with Baker. So that would be nothing new if they won the division advanced. But Atlanta winning the division and Penix getting playoff experience is something I don't want to see. So I think it's one of those instances where the Saints losing, the possibility of getting a better draft pick, as Mike Triplett told us, you could get as high as 8. So if the Saints lose, the Raiders and the Bears both win, the Saints could go as high as 8, but you won't go any lower than 10th. Losing probably is better. Big picture in the macro for New Orleans. Remember, the Saints played Tampa earlier this year. Rattler got the start. And it was a game where in the first half, Spencer Rattler actually looked pretty good. The Saints got down 17-0. And then, boom, the offense caught fire, had a 27-point second quarter. And then the avalanche came. The Saints lost 51-27. And the offense never got in gear under Rattler the rest of the way. After that 51-27 loss to Tampa, they lost 33-10 on Thursday night to the Broncos, then played the Chargers and lost 26-8. So over the next 10 quarters, they scored 18 points. I don't know that it's definitively better. You're not going to have Derek Carr. Alvin Kamara is doubtful for this game. We know there's no Taysom Hill. It's all the things that we've talked about. You're down a couple of offensive linemen. I just don't know how we materially look at the Saints as a 2-touchdown underdog with a bunch of backups on offense going on the road to Tampa, a team that's playing to win the division and playing for their playoff lives. I don't know how we could think the Saints are going to go on the road and magically play great and win this game. It's all the things we've talked about now all season. You've got a team that's been injured all season, even at their best, isn't very good. I don't assume they're going to be any better on Sunday. I think the Saints will lose. I'm not going to take a stab at a score. It's when you have this many backups playing, I don't fool around with point spreads and betting games like this. Look, if you want to go bet Cleveland and take 20 points and hope that Cleveland somehow finds a way to keep that game with Baltimore close, God bless you. I'm not that big of a degenerate that I would care to wager anything on that game. But this is one I'll watch. I'll continue to watch to see if Spencer Rattler plays well. I'll see how Clyde Edwards-Helaire does in probably a starring role with Kendre Miller out and Alvin Kamara doubtful. It's probably a heavy load for Clyde in this game, which would be cool to see him play. You can watch some of the veterans because you don't know. A guy like Cam Jordan or Tyrann Mathieu. Could they be playing their last game for the New Orleans Saints? Maybe. So those are things that are subplots worth watching, but the game itself, there's not a whole lot there. The bigger and more interesting conversation involving the New Orleans Saints is what they're going to do in hiring their next head coach and the direction the organization is going to take. And that's something that will dominate headlines Sunday starting at 3:05 as soon as that game goes final down in Tampa. But I do expect the Bucs to win. Hopefully the Raiders and Bears play well and win, and the Saints are able to move up to the 8 spot in the draft and be in as good a position as possible to start moving the organization forward. But just really feel with all the bad contracts, this is an organization that's going to keep going backwards before it can start moving forward again. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.